Hi, dear parents. I have a quick question for you. What do you plan to do differently in the new year with regards to your parenting game? Most times in the new year, people come up with new year resolutions, what they hope to achieve, and all that. But sometimes along the line, they drop the ball and they are not able to achieve any of the things that they have listed out. Have you ever wondered why that is so? And would you want that to change for you? My name is Chinikuri, your partner in raising outstanding children, and today we're going to be having a quick session on planning for the new year as a parent, what works and what doesn't work. Please sit in and enjoy this session. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on your notifications, and please listen up to the very end, and also share this video with every other parent you know out there. So the year is about to wind down, and in a couple of weeks we'll be in a new year. And the good thing about new years, new seasons, is that it gives you another opportunity, another chance to right the wrongs of the past. Think about it. If imagine that time was endless, there were no caps, there were no new days, there were no new years, there were no new months, new terms, new sessions, and you have had some failures in the past. It just feels like the failure goes on and on and on, and you don't have a new opportunity to correct the errors of the past. But if, for example, one did not do too well in a term in school, a new term gives the person a clean slate and another opportunity to try again, to pick up himself or herself and try to correct the errors of the past. So that's the good thing about the new year. It's another opportunity. It's more or less like a clean slate that gives you another chance to do things differently and do things better. And my hope and prayer is that in this new year we'll be able to make positive changes that are lasting with positive results. So in this new year, we're going to be looking at what has worked and what we can do differently. I had made up a post some time ago that the first step in planning for the new year is to evaluate the previous year and learn from what has happened in the previous year, and then figure out how to up your game in the coming year, learning from your experiences. I don't know if any of you have done that. If you haven't done that, I'll encourage you to do that, because if you're not put together as a parent, how are you going to model being put together to your children? How are you going to help your children to make the best of their year? So you have to put yourself together first, because you're supposed to be a model to your children. We always talk about 3 core things that you should be doing as a parent, a proactive parent that wants to raise outstanding children. First of all, it is who you are. You talk about who you are. Are you there for them as a parent? Are you available? Do you love them unconditionally? And then second thing we talk about is what you model. What are the examples that you lay out for the children? And the third thing we look at is what structures do you have in place to help your children to become outstanding. So today I just talked a bit about modeling. You have to be able to model planning organization if you want your children to be good planners. And the first step in planning is evaluation. Take stock. What happened in this year? What went well? What could you have done differently? What are the lessons that you have learned that you're going to apply in the new year? And these questions you should ask yourself in every area of your life. Yes, because for example, if you are not able to have your spirituality put together, how can you help your children to develop spiritually? So ask yourself, in your work, your spiritual work, what worked in 2020? What worked in this year? And what can I do differently in the coming year? Was I where I wanted to be? Did I do better? Did I fare better? What can I now do to improve my game on this, in this regard? With your financial goals, with your relationship goals, with your parenting, and in fact your career goals, what are the things that you had set out for in this year? Were you able to achieve them? This year in particular has not been the conventional year. But you know the funny thing, even in the midst of the things that had happened in the year, some people have been able to even achieve more than what they had been achieving in previous years. You know, in this time of introspection, you might find out that this year had helped you to identify the things that matter more to you. Yes, I think that is one thing this year did for a lot of people, because the world was more or less shut down, and you had to stay with the people that are most important to you. And for some people, they found out that they didn't have a relationship with the people that are most important because of the things that they were chasing after that were not as important as they thought they were. It was a time for a lot of people to find themselves, to work on their relationship with their God, with their spouses, with their children. Some people discovered purpose and started working in it. You know, some people were able to turn off or remove some of the excuses and limiting mindsets that had hindered them from launching out and becoming who they're supposed to be. So I'm sure that there must have been something that you had learnt in this year. In fact, a number of things that you have learnt in this year. I'm sure you might have learned survival skills. You know, honestly, in this year for myself, I took the bull by the horn and started pursuing my passion in helping parents to raise their children to become outstanding. In this year, I had to come up with other strategies, other platforms to achieve the things I had to achieve. Imagine in the lockdown when you had to be sure that you had the supplies that you needed in the house, and just quite a number of things. In this year, our spiritual work as a family took a turn for the better. So there were quite a number of wins in this year, and I'm sure that if you evaluate your life as well, you'll be able to identify some things that have worked. And of course, there are those things that didn't work. And then you ask yourself, why didn't they work, and what can I do to make them work better? So that's the first step. Review the previous year and take the lessons that you're going to apply in the coming year. Then the second thing I'm going to talk about now is some of the reasons why people's plans for the year fail. A lot of times we come up with new resolutions, things that we hope to achieve as parents. I'm trying to tailor this down to parenting. Other times you might not even have any clear-cut plan. You just go into the year without planning. So today I'm going to say that you should take out time to plan. What do you hope to achieve with the help of God as a parent? What do you want to achieve in the lives of your children, working together with them? Are there skills that they need to acquire? You need to have a parenting plan. What skills, what talent, what are the targets for the year, and what are you going to do to help them to achieve those targets you set for yourself? Probably you want to develop yourself. Let's say that you've had this challenge with disciplining your children, or you have this challenge with being available for your children in the way they want you to be available for them, or you have this challenge of always shouting and screaming, or you have this challenge of not keeping to your words, or you've not been able to create the right systems in the house. What are those areas that you on your own you need to work on to be a better parent? Because being a good parent starts from you. It's not about your children, it's first about you. So ask yourself, what are those areas I need to work on in this new year? And then make a decision to work on those things. And then in the lives of your children, what are the gaps you have observed? Are there children that need more reinforcement in their academics? Are there children that are overweight that you want to work with to achieve a healthy weight? Are there children that you want to, work with to become more active, physically active? Do you have children that have issues with being focused, or who are hung on gadgets? Do you have children that are not self-motivated? Do you have children that need to develop some life skills? Do you have children that you need to work on their comportments, their courage? Do you want your children to inculcate virtues around etiquette and things like that? What are those things that you want to help your children attain in this year? Do you want them to be more developed spiritually? Do you want them to know more of the world? You know, do you want to prepare them for the life out there? Let's say your children are about to transition to the university. The point I'm trying to make is this: don't just go into the year blindly. Be deliberate. Take a step back. Evaluate yourself, evaluate your children, try to identify their needs so you can have a plan. That is a parenting plan to help you achieve what you want to achieve, to help your children to become better versions of themselves. Please don't leave these things to chance. Plan them, work towards them. What are those areas you need to build capacity on? Which books will you read in the new year? Which trainings are you going to get involved in the new year? Which things are you going to do for yourself to make yourself healthier? Are you going to be scheduling your physical checks? What are those things? Please plan. So the first mistake people make is that they do not plan. Yes, they don't plan. Or when they plan, their plans are unrealistic. That's another mistake they make. People just have very grand plans. I want to achieve this, and it is not achievable. So the first thing you need to do is to have a plan. Then secondly, make sure you write out the plan. The Bible says you should write the vision and make it plain, that they that read may run with it. So are there things that you want to achieve in the year? Sometimes you might not even be clear on them yourself. Maybe you have to, I think you have to step back, discuss with your spouse, have an agreement on what you want to work on together, and also as individuals, also go to God in prayer, and also based on your evaluation of your previous year, these are the things that will help you to know what you should have factored into your plan. I don't want this video to get too long. And then when you have a plan, write it out clearly. Write the vision and then have a plan of action. I'm sure we must have heard about SMART objectives. You have to have a plan of action, something that is actually measurable, something that is achievable, something that is realistic, something that is time bound, something that you can actually evaluate. So for everything you want to achieve, how do you want to go about achieving it? Don't, for example, say that you want to read 100 books in 2021 when you know that it is not possible. Please make realistic plans. Set achievable targets. Have it written out. Make sure you place it in areas where you can see it easily, so you will be reminded. We always hear about vision boards. Your vision board can be your screen guard on your phone. It can be your phone wallpaper. I'll advise you to just go to Canva. It's very easy to use and come up with a screen guard. Just select the Instagram story option as your template, and then feature everything the key things you want to achieve in that vision board, and use that as your screen guard, your screensaver, or your wallpaper, so that you always see the things that you want to achieve. And then another thing that makes people not to follow through with their plans is that they do not have anybody to keep them accountable. They just know they want to do this. They tell themselves they want to do this, but there is nobody else that knows that this is what they want to achieve. So even if they don't do anything about it, there's no one to hold them accountable. So please, I want to encourage you, if there is one thing you should do for yourself in this new year, try to get accountability partners. The accountability partner can be your spouse, it could be your children, it could be your friends, or you could also join some support groups. For example, we have the Raising Outstanding Kids Accountability Network, where we have a group of parents who are intentional and want to make sure that the things they know are actually put into practice. They will apply those things to get results. I tell you, if you make the effort, you'll see the results. The reason why things remain the same year in, year out is because you have not taken the bull by the horn and decided to do something differently. If you want to see something different in the lives of your children, do something different in the new year. Plan and have a plan to execute that plan. Yeah, I mean that. Have your accountability network, whatever it takes. Just decide to pay the price to see something different happen in the lives of your children and in your life too as a parent in the new year. And peradventure, you want to be a part of the Raising Outstanding Kids Accountability Network, please send us an email or send us a message on WhatsApp, and we'll get back to you on what it takes to be a part of this accountability network. So that brings us to the end of this short video on planning for the new year, and I look forward to you coming out bigger, coming out better, and having positive results in your parenting journey and in the lives of your children. Once again, my name is Chineku Ore, and I'm your partner in Raising Outstanding Children. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on your notifications, and also invite others to listen to this video. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye.